Welcome to Fire Emblem Path of Radiance Unmounted Challenge. Why unmounted, you ask? Well, because the mounts are absolutely busted in this game, so I thought I would do a playthrough by benching all of them completely. Let's just go into difficult random and save, and it's gonna put a thing up there. Okay, good job, Dolphin. Now this will not be a full playthrough, we're just gonna skip the cutscene. And here we begin with Ike. Now let's go ahead and get our options set. Okay. Well, while we begin by having Ike go ahead and beat the crap out of Boyd, I'm going to go over the rules of this playthrough. So, rule number 1, starting in Chapter 8, all mounted characters will be benched. Which brings me to rule number 2. So for Chapters 1 through 7, I actually cannot bench Oscar and Titania. They are force deployed no matter what I do. So for them, they will not be allowed to help in any way. That includes rescuing my foot units or saving the villages. They must keep their weapons unequipped at all times, but enemies can still attack them if they just go for them. There's really nothing I can do to prevent that. Now, as far as Chapter 3 goes, I am going for full recruitment. So she may be needed to escort someone there, but she'll still be unequipped. Rule number 3, if a mounted unit joins in a chapter, they must unequip their weapon or move to a safe part of the map where they will not be used. So that'll be for things like Astrid. She joins on a horse in chapter like 11 or 12, so she'll just move to the side of the map. Rule number 4, mounts are allowed to be deployed to recruit someone else, such as Marcia for Makalov or Joe for Har. Because once again, I am going for full recruitment, but the above rules still apply. They have to go ahead and unequip everything and move to the side of the map. And we're just going to take on Grail here. And that brings me to rule number 5, and this is one I really like. So all Lagoo's units are free to use. As you can tell by my layout here, I am quite the Tabarn fangirl. I really like Tabarn. I like Grayson too. He's cool. So all Lagoo's are free to use. Now, there's another unit who deserves some talking about, and that is Mist. She is right up here, but I'll go over her a little bit more in Chapter 9 when she joins. People who are familiar with this game, I'm sure most people watching this are, you'll know what she promotes into, so we can kind of use her for like half of the game. I might not even promote her. Let's see what kind of level up Little Lord Ike will get from Grail here. Pretty good. Magic. Strength and speed is what we primarily need, and I will go ahead and talk about Ike in a little bit here. Because we are actually going to just go ahead and save right away, and that's going to keep appearing. It didn't appear in my practice run. Oh well. Well, here we are in Chapter 1. Quite the chapter, and we already have our mount. So let's start by talking about our units. So this is Ike. We met him in the last chapter, of course. He's the main lord of this game, and he's pretty darn good. Right now he is a little squishy. Here are his well, not really his bases. He did gain some stats. Overall, he's pretty good in strength, speed, defense, and skill. They are the stats he tends to max for me in any one of my runs. I know this because I do transfer bonuses a lot of the time, and Ike is usually the primary candidate to get those transfer bonuses. I think skipping the tutorials will give us these 4 iron swords here, so Ike is well stocked. Decent overall. He will remain a foot unit the whole time. Now, Ike has a forced promotion in Chapter 18, before Chapter 18. He is going to reach his max level of 20 way before that because I'm going to be relying on him a lot these first couple chapters. Him and Boyd over here are going to have to really help me out come Chapter 8. Speaking of which, we have Boyd the Fighter. Boyd mostly specializes in high strength and HP. I find him to be a little bit squishy, but he usually relies on his massive HP to survive. Axes are very good in this game. I know that's not something that's very common. Axes are usually pretty bad in the series, but in this game they're really good, and since all of the mounts are benched, Boyd pretty much calls free reign on the axes for this playthrough, so Boyd kind of has a monopoly. He is considered one of the best infantry units in FE9, and he'll just be even better in my run because we have to use him. And like Ike, once again, he will be very important. He'll probably get to level 20 very early, but he can promote whenever he wants to. Next up we have Oscar the Lance Knight, Lance Cavalier pretty much. We can't use him in this run, but I'll still go over him. Oscar, well, he's a unit that's really worth investing into. He does start out a little meh. I find his strength to be weak. He also gets weapon triangled really bad because most of these guys are axe users. Useful against you and you, but that's about it. But Oscar, he's still a really solid unit to invest in. Most people like to feed him kills, get him going pretty early because he'll just become a really powerful unit. I would consider Oscar one of the top 5 in this game. Speaking of top 5, we have Titania, our Jagan for this game, and boy is she a good one. I freaking love Titania. She's probably my favorite female character in the entire franchise. I like her design, I like her personality, I like how she can just beat on enemies throughout the whole game with her axe. She's pretty good because she can carry you, obviously in the early game, but she does survive, well, survive meaning she does stay relevant throughout most of the mid-game to the late game. Yeah, some of the other paladins can catch up to her, but she's just a solid unit overall, one you can keep around in your entire party. Axe paladin, she can also use lances. Most people kind of forget that. Yeah, she has a C in lances counter, which isn't very good in this game, but just a really good unit overall. Unfortunately, I can't use her here, but whenever I get around to playing Radiant Dawn, I can tell you she will be in my endgame team, because I freaking love Titania. Best girl. Well, that'll do it for the units we're going over, so we're just going to go ahead and have Boyd stick around here. Ike as well. And these two, of course, can't do anything. Actually, I'll go ahead and unequip them right now. They should probably go over and trade around their items they aren't using. Okay. And Zawana is just gonna go ahead and talk. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing really we can do about this village. It's kind of a glorified tutorial that shows you have to get to the villages fast. But we are actually going to miss a village right in the first chapter here. Good dodge, Boyd. You and Ike are going to need those, believe me. Luckily, Ike here does have weapon triangle advantage. So something about this game, the animations are pretty slow. I'm going to leave them on for this turn, but I'll probably end up turning them off. And one of the things people really hate about them is they don't display how well you're doing in combat. Like, we don't see how much damage Boyd does there, we don't see who doubles. It's kind of lackluster. Another reason people like to turn off the animations. Now, I can't visit villages with either of these two. The only thing I'm going to do here is trade over the vulnerary. And I think she just equipped herself. Oh yeah, this is also a second or more playthrough. I really wanted to do this on my Wii with a capture card, but the quality looked kind of crappy, so I just decided to go with this, and I did already do a playthrough, which is why he has a paladin band. I think Boyd is going to go ahead and take out this guy from behind. We get to hear the Clash theme. I really, really like this theme a lot. But sadly, we don't get to hear it much. Now, Ike is at 12. I don't think he'll be getting attacked by more than 2 things, but let's go ahead and finish off you. We're really going to go through the vulneraries in this practice chapter. Fortunately, we will be getting a healer in the next one, and that's one where Oscar might get attacked by an enemy, depending on the positioning. I really don't want him to, but if it happens, that's okay. That's why I put it in the rules. So if they do get attacked, it's not really... I can't control the enemy, so it's not really my fault, but I will try and keep him out of danger. He still won't be able to counterattack. Let's see what Ike's gonna get here. Okay, defense and skill, really nice. I did do a bit of a practice recording of this, and my Ike didn't gain 1 point of strength. It was kind of sad. And Boyd finishes you off pretty handily. Okay, and the rest of them, yeah, you're gonna get that house. I believe there is a Seraph robe in there. Sucks for me, I guess. Let's see. Well, that's enough damage to... I mean, I guess Ike is okay to take you on. Okay, here's where we're probably going to turn off the animations. Yeah, they are pretty long. I think Boyd is going to go ahead and drink up. And then Ike will wait. Or rather, already take his turn. Yikes. We are getting dangerously low. Yeah, but you're gonna go for that village. That guy is always, like, coded to go there. I don't know why. Okay. It's actually a good thing he didn't go for Ike, because we could have been in some trouble there. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and have Boyd grab this. Thank you, old dude. And Ike desperately needs to have a drink. Now, hopefully this guy will be Lord. Yeah. He's like the mini boss or something. Good job, Ike. And he should be coming our way as well. Let's see if we can give a kill to Boyd, shall we? Almost. And one thing I love about this game, the all range button. Very handy. I think we'll just stay put. Nice, Boyd. We're actually not going through as many vulneraries as we did in my practice one, which was really good. Still like to have them around. Okay, he gained strength and skills, so that's decent. Okay. We can just lure out one at a time. I don't remember if these guys aggro. Let's see if he'll move. Yep. Okay, great. Good job, Ike. Doubling, and then Boyd. They're both at level 3. Okay, Boyd's doubling you. I mean, he would have anyway. He didn't gain a point of speed. At least not. I'll have to go rewatch. I'm very excited about doing this playthrough. I wanted to start getting on recording it here, because right now I only have one playthrough going. I figured I'd do this game. I've been really wanting to do this game for a long time now. Yeah, we're just taking our sweet time luring these guys. You can take on the Myrmidon, and Boyd, why don't you swing around? And we need to trade that to Ike. Matter of fact, what we also have to do is, I like to trade around these weapons, so I'm going to have Titania just go here and trade this. Nope, don't rescue. Good job, Ike. Finishing him off in one round. We're just gonna drop the already used Iron Sword. Now, Boyd, why don't you go ahead and trade Ike that. And how do you do against Mr. Boss Man with the steel? Well, the iron's actually doing a lot better, so let's just go ahead and... yeah, it's not gonna two-shot Ike. Ike has a lot of good boss quotes in this game, so if you really like reading the story or the dialogue, I highly recommend letting Ike take on a lot of the bosses. Yeah, just like in GBA, these guys have healing tiles on their throne, or their gate, or their seize point. Okay, and Ike finished him off. Perfectly calculated. And what will he get for his third level up, I think? Yeah. Okay. Our Ike's turning out pretty balanced, I'd say. That's really good. Oh, we kind of have a bunch of swords. Let's go ahead and trade iron for iron. And shove, why not? Oh yeah, shoving is a really good mechanic in this game. It's something only the foot units can do, so we'll definitely be making use of it throughout the playthrough here, since we can't use our mounts. And here we have the Victories Near theme, one I really love, and it doesn't play that often in this game. It only plays for like the first few chapters, I don't know why, but enjoy it while you can. And we have Titania. And we did not do the best turn clear, not by a long shot, but we still gained some anyway. And with that, that will be Chapter 1 in the prologue. I really enjoyed playing that, and I hope to see you for the next episode.